Painting and sculpture has really sculpted my life and allowed me to find a way that's happy and fulfilling and peaceful. My name is Bryan Crow. I'm an artist. I got started maybe 8 years ago. I had moved from Houston to Tucson just out of wanting to change my lifestyle. I didn't feel like I fit in at school. I didn't feel comfortable with people. I used drugs and alcohol from probably the age of 13 until 22. It became very out of control very quickly. I got involved in illegal activities.
A suspect who was trying to walk away with 2 computers and a loudspeaker. Instead, he walked away with police. While officers were making that arrest, they smelled...
Even gotten incarcerated. The moment I felt the realization that I didn't have control over this thing that I thought I was doing and began to realize it was doing me, it became extremely painful and extremely fearful. When I got out of jail, which was a couple years later, I thought that I had made the decision to not continue on, though within weeks I was back with family and friends that were still living that same similar lifestyle and found myself right back in it and knew that if I were to change, that I would have to kind of sever the relationships and the lifestyle that I had been involved in. So I came out here and stayed in the mountains. I went to Mount Lemmon, and at that time I met an artist at a coffee shop and we started hanging out, and he kind of helped me get involved in arts. Since then, my life has changed in a lot of different ways. I started drawing at coffee shops with just a few pens and some cheap paper. I began to paint and draw and make things on a really regular basis. I found that if I created things, I would have kind of a peace within myself that maybe drugs was similar to in the peace that it gave me early on. When I sold the three sculptures, I was pretty amazed that people would want to buy my artwork. I didn't know that people could take something that I was doing seriously, so I was pretty blown away. That propelled me to then start finding a way to make more things that were sellable. Hey Kyler, come here buddy. How you doing, man? Many of my subjects are abstracted of my friends, of myself, of my son even. I've done a few of him. I also write words in my paintings, and a lot of them are messages to myself, thinking and questioning and looking at the deeper causes and conditions of things. So a lot of that has to do with philosophy and ethic. Yeah, in all this, I do work. I work part-time for a number of different artists here in town. For the last 6 years, I've been on and off in school. This last year, I've gone back to school for graphic design. Yeah, I find it very enjoyable. I've done a number of jobs lately concerning graphic design as well as web design. Looking back at it, I had no idea that my life now could exist. I didn't know what starting over meant. It was very, very scary to try to recreate life or to try to even start something over. So I had no idea of what I was getting into. I just knew that I wanted to be happy, and I needed to find ways for me to find that happiness.